comments are on my laptop, so I'll just call it from here. One of the very few grounds where I can actually open up my laptop and it's good.
So, what do you mean? It just picks up your...
No, it's like I can... Oh, these are my notes.
Yeah, I was gonna do bring my iPad. I've got to get a program to get.
Yeah.
There's got to be a program. I think I saw. What's his name had something, and I fucking.
Steve Curtin?
Huh?
Steve Curtin,
Not
maybe?
Steve. The Serbian boy.
Stefan.
Stefan, yeah.
I like him. He's really good.
No, he's a good laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good laugh. The guy that I did the game with again, Oakley and Bentley. Oh my god. He was very hard to. Like I gave him the mic so he can speak, and he was like.
Help us level the playing field. Sign the parliamentary petition today to fuel the growth and fund the game.
Round 12 of the Senol NPLM Men's Victoria brings us to Avenger Park on quite cold, cloudy Saturday afternoon here at the Reggio Calabria Club. It is the high-flying Avondale who take on the Altona Magic, who secured last week their first win since round 1, following a 1-0 victory over Dandenong City. For the Avengers, it's an opportunity for them to stake their claim as a very strong side who look to push for top 4. As for Altona, the race to escape relegation continues. Of course, for the Magic and Avondale, a number of players unavailable. Nonetheless, it'll be a very intriguing afternoon of football. Nonetheless, myself, Neil Simons, is with Arthur Akratides on commentary. Tonight, or should I say this afternoon's clash, promises to be an intriguing one. How do you see this one faring?
Well, look, as you said, it's quite intriguing encounter here, because Altona Magic would really dearly like to get something from this game, but Avondale at home a very, very tough proposition, and they have been back to their sort of winning ways, and their strength is shown in a variety of games, and that man out there, Bruno Fornaroli, has made such a difference for this side. So, Neil, I think we're going to be up for a good little game here at a time where it's very overcast, and let's hope the rain stays away.
Yes, rain, go away. Coming again another day, but we'll take you through the starting lineups. Starting off with the away side in the Altona Magic. Number 1, Casey Wentz. Number 2, Hioli Kawaguchi. Number 5, Garang Aru, match winner from last week. Number 7, John Mabok. Number 8, Brandon Lawton, the captain for today, of course, with no Daniel Fabrizio. Number 10, Eamon Sordo. Number 11, Owen McCloskey. Number 15, Alexander Gust. Number 16, Brian Sutumo. Number 19, Peter Hatsopoulos. And number 22, Oliver Killart. For Avondale, a few injuries still, with players waiting to come back in. Number 1, Jack Gibson. Number 4, Patrick Flotman. Number 5, Matthew Reid. Number 9, George Ott. Number 10, Bruno Fornaroli. Number 11, Max Green. Number 13, Yite Towns. Number 20, Dylan Jakupi, his second successive start. Number 22, Stefan Valentini. Number 23, Christian Trycheski. And number 24, Emmeline Wellsmore, as we have kickoff here at the Reggio Calabria Club. Peter Hatsopoulos wanted to just wait to play that ball, and eventually it is played into the feet of Casey Wentz, who's going to launch this one high and long. Reid able to get ahead to it. Otts, Valentini. Bit of a chess match in that centre circle region, but Lawton's able to get space and play it in behind. His intended target was Owen McCloskey. It's held strongly by Jackie Gibson. It was a super Friday night in the NPL, Arthur, but I think focus will go on to this game, which I think is the last one of the round. We've seen
as you said, there was a few games last night which we wouldn't have been too much doubt that Heidelberg was going to beat an under-23 South Melbourne side. And the big surprise was that 7-0 drubbing for Bentley Greens.
Still can't believe it. Even when you said it now, I still can't believe it. It is absolutely crazy. I think your Chisholm also got up as well, Arthur.
Yeah, I'm a bit... look, I thought they did okay against the Cannons when I saw them last, but look, you know, George Katakis has got some issues with a lot of injuries to his players there, and no doubt the quicker he can get some players back, the better for him.
Oh, absolutely. I have to agree, and we'll see how it's reflected in the way in which they shape up in the next few weeks. Avondale have got a few injuries of their own. It seems as if there are a few players in and out of the squad, including the likes of Adam Zimmerino, Jacob Muir, among others, Marcus Verkranis. So plenty of players are waiting to come back. Of course, no Lockie Gillard for the Magic. He was suspended last week. Fabrizio as well. So Tony Shojevsky we've not seen much of this year either. So I guess we're getting to that portion of the season, Arthur, where players are really beginning to have a few niggles here and there.
And I'm intrigued to see that Yatawe Towns very nippy on the ball. Last time we saw him hoping that he can show some magic here at what we say is a good sort of compact pitch, isn't it? With the background growing and growing. And as Avondale try and go out. Jack Gibson, not the greatest of clearances. Taking over Manos as the goalkeeper. Ball into the box. Cleared away to safety. Bit sloppy there. Neil?
Most definitely. Also a big week for Avondale. Earlier this week, they announced a $500,000 grant from the state Labor government to upgrade the lights at Avenger Park. So he could have evening kickoffs here. It would be absolutely incredible, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Evening kickoffs, you can guarantee that as they go forward. Again, Altona Magic, they've made their presence felt at the moment. Garang Aru, very solid defender for the Magic. As is Reed there. And no doubt Avondale look like they're just the shot from afar, just taking that next step to be on the upper echelons of the ladder, Neil.
Absolutely so. As you see now, he won back by Wellsmore on his left-hand side. Here's Bruno Fornaroli. Hat-trick last week against George Cross. Nice touch by Otts. A couple of step-overs. Back to Fornaroli. He goes to ground on the edge of the area. Right in the D region. And that will most certainly be a foul. Who to take. I suspect it might be the man who was fouled. The captain for today, Bruno Fornaroli. He's the headline act of this Avondale squad.
Can't be complaining about that challenge there, Neil.
Not at all.
From the back and really in dangerous territory, and this is Bruno Fornaroli's
It's his
forte.
Yes, forte is a
Seen
great
him
way.
score some rippers from here.
Absolutely. He's had 5 goals in his last 4. What can Bruno Fornaroli fashion from here? Yannis is going to marshal the wall of Mabok, Aru, Lawton as well. It's a 4-man wall. Killard is to the left of that wall. It is Fornaroli. It's Bruno Fornaroli! Majestic from Altona. He ages like fine wine.
Absolutely marvellous goal. And I've got to say that Casey Vent's wall looked a bit jaded to me. I mean, he made a 4-man wall on one side and 2 players with a gap in between. And to my mind, I don't think he saw it when he had to see it. He saw it a little bit late, hence the ball in the back of the net. Question the way he constructed that wall. And I'm sure he'll learn from that. Casey went. And Avondale, Neil, 1 to the good, and we're only been playing a handful of minutes.
It's just what he does, really. It's what he does. He is that man, Bruno Fornaroli, and he will only be within 1 goal of the Golden Boot now. Adam Duradovic on 9 for the season. Helps when you score 4 goals last week, of course, against Green Gully, but he will certainly be within touching distance in the next few weeks. That might go again here, Avondale, through Trycheski. He's going Aru. Searching ball, Wellsmore. It's forward for Yitai Towns. Potts. Wellsmore to Gibson. They gave away a very cheap goal last week. That's poor distribution trying to say a poor touch from Reed, but he dealt with it well. Here's Jakupi. Vincent Dylan Jakupi just racing down that right-hand touchline. Was championship winner with Avondale in 2023 as Aru is able to break the space. Now the Magic through Mabok. To the left, Advent is him and Sordo. It's a light ball towards Hatsopoulos, but too much mustard on that.
Few shaky moments for Jack Gibson, even though that last pass I think was wrongly judged by the defender. He needs to get on top of his game and make sure that Avondale don't concede, and there's a pretty ordinary ball there by Towns. Lucky they got away with that one. Towns now plays it wide. Forward. And the throw goes to the Magic. That's found some good work there. And now Went goes wide to receive the ball. And that's very good distribution by him. Very well measured ball. Referee decides that's a free kick.
Yanni Zizis in the middle this afternoon.
And I kind of like the way the Magic are trying to play football. Ball into the box, headed away, and that's good intentions here by Altona Magic, Neil. It's a young team, but certainly not folding over, being 1-0 down.
There he does come in. Jakupi with a bit of a test with Brandon Lawson, and he'll be out for another Magic throw. The team is very, very young. That is a good point. A litany of A-League youth products. Maybe one of the most experienced players would be that man, number 2, Kawaguchi. Here's Lawton again. Extensive experience at Preston, among other clubs in the Victorian football stratosphere. Trycheski sets a task for Otts, who heads it forward to Fornaroli, but Otts still has the better of Garangaru and misdirects his pass. And here is the Sri Lankan international in Keelat. He's been muscled away by Trycheski and leaves it on running space for Stefan Valentini, who goes down and will be awarded a yellow card for diving. That's, I'd say, a pretty good call by Yanni Zizis upon first inspection, but
I tell you, I wouldn't mind looking at that again. It's quite questionable. He's definitely got him there.
Oh, I'm not sure, to be honest.
It's a clear penalty.
Oh, I'm not so sure. I mean, we have to obviously abide by the referee's decisions, Yanni Zizis. But
he's definitely connected.
I'm sure that will most definitely be a talking point.
Maybe he fell down a little bit too easily, but he definitely did get his shin. So lucky to get away with it there, Gang Aru.
Yeah, it didn't seem as if there was too much opposition from the Avondale players. Maybe that's a potential sign as Trycheski looks to float one in towards Valentini.
Valentini, he's been a stalwart at his club. Obviously went to the Cannons for one season.
Yes.
And back to his home base. Quite well here. Feels at home here. Throw in. Just a quick cheerio to and a get well to Christian Sarkis, who is one of the assistants at Chisholm with myself and Juan Nilo. Had an accident last night coming to the game against Coronia, and hopefully he's okay, and will live to tell a story. All the best from all the boys at Chisholm and myself for Christian, and get well.
Yeah, a real great of Victorian football, of course. Started his career at South Melbourne. He's a 17-year-old in the old NSL. Had very successful stints at the likes of Dandenong Thunder, and I think it was VPL as it was back in the day, in second tier. He's now involved with Chisholm, and we obviously wish the best to Christian and his family.
I've got to say he's a great bloke, and we have a lot of good times with him. And Juan Nilo, which you should know well, a man who scored many goals in the Victorian Premier League for the Cannons and for Bentley Greens, and he took over the coaching yesterday, and we had a great 3-0 win. Beat the top team, which is super stuff.
Here is George Watt looking to fire one, and that's just over the bar.
You were saying earlier, Neil, that South Melbourne's got a game in the Oceania tournament. The interesting, they need a victory to try and cement the spot into the playoff.
Yeah, big one for them, of course. George Cross play Hume City tonight as well. That will actually be the final game of the round. Got my bearings wrong, but nonetheless, yeah, big game for South Melbourne as they look to secure the Oceania Pro League. It's a tremendous effort from the club to be in that position and to still be within finals contention as well. It's a real testament to Sinisha Patik and the coaching staff. Here is Brandon Lawton at the base of midfield. Looks out wide for Killart. He's, of course, one of many Lankan internationals. Here's Hansopoulos. Rather, should I say McCloskey. Valentini with a bit of argy-bargy. He needs to be very careful. He's on the yellow already. Fornaroli back to goal on a real deft touch. And here is Valentini down this left-hand channel. He's got plenty of support. Fornaroli, lateral ball. Trycheski. Looked to go alone, took a deflection, and it will be very much claimed by the Queenslander in Casey Went. Next goal this night, featured in the Oz Cup against Auckland, and was a pretty comprehensive loss for them, but it's brought across to the Magic this year, who, in my opinion, Arthur, have had some very good keepers in years gone by. Christian Rossi, of course, comes to mind. Here's Lawton, looking to bypass Ute Towns. Keeps it in play for Sordo, and the Avengers keep on pressing. That is the moniker imposed by Germano and Shane Rekshepi. Of course, Max Gajdowski, the analyst, who's up on this very commentary tower upstairs.
Yeah, we get the live ladder at the moment shows Avondale third, which is a great position for them to be in, nearly in the halfway mark of the season. There's one more round till the halfway mark is shown. And as you were saying, Neil, there's a couple of these teams have got cup games midweek this week.
Yeah, well, it's a very interesting situation. And we'll let this play subside before we talk about it. But as you know, Paisley Park Soccer Complex is one of the best grounds in the state, in my opinion. Of course, you've got the main pitch, which is of course Altona Magic's ground, and you've got the back pitch, which is Altona East Phoenix, Altona Palk. That's their home ground. And we'll get into the rest of the story later as we see Wellsmore looking to bide his time at the base of midfield. Setting a task for Patrick Flotman, the ex-CDFC and RPM man, who's had a stint in K2 with Seongnam in Korea. Of course, Avondale will be playing their cup match against Brunswick City on Tuesday at that ground. And here is Jakupi, looks to roll one across. And Alex Gust is going to take his time on that left-hand flank. The Avengers win it back, though. Eventually out of play for their throw. On the back pitch, of course, at the same time, by the way, Altona East Phoenix face off up against Heidelberg. So if you're going to get parking there, get there very early.
Yeah. Another Greek derby.
Yeah. Of course, Heidelberg played against Yarraville in the previous round. Here's Sordo, potential break for the Magic. A block is available. Sordo still going. He's got the advent of Keeler for support, but non-forthcoming. All those games will be streamed on the Football Victoria YouTube channel next Tuesday night. 10 games, our thirds. Yeah. Cup action is a specialty, isn't it?
And just Altona Magic at the moment, just lacking that final third possession. Try and give Avondale some problems. And easily getting the ball out. It's chance now to go forward again for the Magic. And a chance here. Good defending and some great control there by Gibson. And still pushed away by McCloskey. Former Port Melbourne man. Chance now for the Magic, and just took too long there, McCott. Really should have done better there. And all of a sudden, Avondale go forward. Lose the ball. And it's end-to-end now. Free kick given, and there could be a card, no. He's told Towns to settle down, because next time you will get a yellow card, son.
Yeah. Wow, that is certainly something. Yannis is just telling Killer, just relax a little bit. And it's been a very stop-start game in terms of balls bouncing around. It's been very much tenacious. And although this is quite a liminal pitch in terms of space, there's been plenty of space for both Altona and Avondale to exploit. It's Casey went now. Garangaroo. 3 goals on the season for him. 3 goals in 4 games as a defender is quite the feat. He's done really well there, the ex-Gully Junior, and the one-time Newcastle Jet Premier League appearance maker. What do we have here? Oh, it seems as if George Ott plunged into the bench of Goran Lozanovsky and his coaching staff. I'm sure we'll catch that up on replay, but that wasn't the greatest fall from the Kiwi.
Goran Lozanovsky is a gentleman, and some Valenti's shook hands with him, and that's what we want to see. Just some common sense, and that's great. There's accident.
Well, I was looking at the replay now.
Headed forward by Gawagachi. Ball played back to Gibson. Gibson, that's a better ball from him. And headed away to safety. Trying to find the gaps here, Avondale, but Magic haven't been too bad. Ott couldn't get the ball there. Played all the way back by Sutumo.
Avondale mounting the press here.
Chance now. Ott plays it wide. Surely! What a finish there by Green! Fantastic. And Neil, that was just class. Absolute class.
Oh, oozing of quality. Poise and class. That is fantastic from Max Green.
Really just absolute brilliance. Not overplaying the ball. Ott got it and played it away, and a great finish in the end to make it 2-0. 22 minutes gone here. Neil, There could be worrying signs now for Altona.
That is clinical from Max Green. This continues what has been a great start to life here at the Reggio Calabria club. And that is his second NPL Victoria goal for this season. He's, of course, broken into the side very early on and has since performed diligently well down that right-hand flank.
Just as I was saying, the game was looking a little bit better from the Magic. Well, you know, the opening there was just way too easy for Avondale. And obviously, when you have class in your team, you will get punished when those kind of gaps are falling.
Absolutely so. And that is really the Avondale way. And that's what they've done. That's why they are, what many people say, might be back to their very best. As they're now into third place on the live lap. Here's Lawton out wide to Gust. Soto as well. He's plenty of experience overseas. Does Evan Soto from North Sunshine Eagles. Tries a reverse pass for Hatsopoulos. Wellsmore will play it back to Gibson, who might have sent it on to the Hume Highway. I think he actually has.
Yes, always a bit wary of those balls flying into your car.
Oh,
as you're
well,
driving on the
apologies to all those who might have a potential dent in their car. Maybe might have to get in touch with Jack Gibson. Fornaroli pressing on Went. His captain's armband's halfway off as he looks to reattach it.
Like a youngster.
Oh, it's honestly boggles my mind how someone like him with all his poise, all his quality, at the age as well, is able to produce this level of output. There's Hatsopoulos looking to drive inside, but well won by Trycheski. Now Jakupi looking down the line. And Kawaguchi read that really well. Went to feed his Sutama. Kawaguchi, formerly of Kochi University, Bonnyrigg and Northern Tigers, alongside Sydney United. Sordo in space again. Just overhit that ball for Hatsopoulos again. And that's really been the thing that has beguiled them all afternoon, is that final pass, that final ball. He's getting themselves in good positions.
You could almost think that he could have taken it in and had a ping himself. There was enough room in front of him to do so. And ultimately that pass went wayward. Certainly trying to find gaps here, playing the ball out. Avondale. And that's a bit of a haphazard kick there. And really they're going to find a bit of trouble doing that, Avondale. Chance now on goal. Into the box. And a corner. And I'll tell you what, Neil, that was shocking, playing the ball out the way he did by Gibson. Very, very haphazard.
Oh, yeah.
And almost getting punished for it. Corner now. Big curling ball, plenty of time. Can he get the shot on goal? Charged down nicely. Valentini. And there's a bit of a bump there.
Valentini has to be very careful here. He got a yellow card earlier on for diving.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that the youngster's already got a cast on his right elbow, and he's in a bit of trouble. Seems that he's had some issues with that hand beforehand. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, Brian Sutamo, he seems to be in a bit of a heap here. His hand.
He's got a cast. It seems like he's got a cast on.
Oh, no. He might have
fallen on his
potentially
hand.
re-aggravated that injury, but he's going to be coming back on.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, he seems to be okay. It's a really good pickup, Arthur. I didn't actually notice that.
Yeah, I only noticed it as he slid down the ground and he felt a bit of pain there, and some good sportsmanship there by Fornaroli.
Oh, that's what you expect. He's a gentleman. Here's Casey Went now. Altona needs something by the end of this contest to get themselves out of that relegation scrap, or at least ease the pain, ease the pressure. Reed, Towns, back to Gibson. Lozanovsky asking for the press, and certainly put Avondale at all sorts. Flotman. Oh, he's out of position here, Flotman. But Wellsmore did well. And now Matthew Reed looking to go on a bit of a run. One back by Kawaguchi. Avondale players don't know where they are at the moment. And they might have a bit of a reprieve here through Sordo.
Tell you what, Neil, there is no way they could be doing that against teams like Oakley and Heidelberg. They'll get absolutely dissected and smashed if they do things like that in their back line.
That is
Avondale.
Completely agree. That is the first time this afternoon in which we really see them sort of be face under some real pressure, or potential huge error here from the Magic. It's George Ott. Oh, with just a goal to beat, and he's made a meal of it.
What did he mix there?
Oh no!
Should have been 3-0. Ultimately, a let-off.
Oh my word, it should definitely be 3.
We've got a bit of drama here, Neil. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other at the moment.
Oh, the 3 p.m. kickoffs at Avenger Park always provide a bit of drama. In fact, always provides a bit of excitement as well. A few upgrades to this facility in recent months as well, with the grandstand being moved to the left of the pitch.
The obsession of trying to play the ball out of the back is baffling me. If it's not working, go the long route.
Wellsmore, Killards, Trycheski. Oh, that's neat footwork. Piece of skill, but Fornaroli was in an offside position.
Some good work there by Krishna and Trycheski. Like him, he's a nippy little left-sided player. Chance to go forward now. Not doing enough there. McCloskey really making it easy for Flotman to clear. What can they do now? Again, a wasted ball. Lawton really struggling to get to the ball. Not that the service was great there. As time ticks away, we can see that it's 2-0 to the home side, but there's been ebbs and flows in this game. Home side obviously winning 2-0, probably could have been 3 with that open goal that was missed by George Ott. But the Magic have had enough of the ball, but really done nothing with it. Nothing dangerous for the Magic. Ott plays it out now. Trycheski, he's done well. Played it wide. Green, he's got some Wakapi on the wing, and the ball played all the way. Switch of play here. Flotman. Some pressing here by the Magic. They'll go all the way back. And again, doesn't look very convincing. I don't know. I'm not very impressed with the ball play from Gibson at the moment. Fornaroli, he's tried to hold the ball and he's miskicked it. Yeah. And now chance outside the box. It's still in play. Not the greatest clearance. Green surely away. Only just. Neil, what is going on here? Both goalkeepers are making it very difficult for their sides.
Yeah, Casey Went is in all sorts here, I have to say. Either he's rattled or certainly doesn't seem to be coping too well under this pressure. No Blake Carpenter available this afternoon as well for Avondale. That's probably why you are seeing Emlyn Wellsmore play as a left back. Of course, last year they sort of didn't really have that.
And I'll tell you what, I'm looking here, Michael Theoklitos, the man sitting on the bench there for Avondale, wouldn't be too happy with the way his goalkeeper is playing the ball at the moment. And the same case, Vent has really struggled with some of his clearances also, and he's lucky he hasn't been punished. Now, free kick to Magic. They can really only try and push here to try and get something from this half, because really they're really up against it at the moment. Free kick, dangerous territory. Chance now for Aru's there as well. Aru, away, the ball cleared. No one there. And Casey went. Better work from him. Either way now in dangerous position. Can't lose the ball here because they'd be outnumbered. Long ball through. Chance now in the box. Yes, it's in! What a finish! The box has come in between the defence. And Neil, it's all of a sudden, as I said, they can get a goal in this second half. They'll be back in it, and what have they done?
John Mabok, that's really good striking awareness to break the space, especially under the pressure that he was faced with from a defender, and finish with a plumb between his legs. Jack Gibson certainly opens up proceedings in the 35th minute here, and that's his fourth for the campaign in this competition, proving to be quite the tidy acquisition. Here's Matt Reed now. Jakupi. How will Avondale respond?
Is that a mistake by Wellsmore there, playing it back?
I would say so. I think he should have been a lot better there. He is playing out of position, I will grant him that. But
basic pass back there.
Yeah, I would say. Certainly so, but Avondale, I think, have to put the foot down and make this more of a formality rather than anything. It's been quite the display, and I think a few defensive errors nonetheless. And Green looks to create some space inside, and that's going to be Lawton who launches it over the top right onto the Avondale FC branding at the top of the change rooms. Green. Nice piece of skill. Jakupi with the cross. One of the very few remnants from that 2023 Avondale Championship winning squad. Strychewski looks to fire one, and that's well wide. Of course, had a brief stint with North Sunshine before returning to Avondale on the eve of the Australian Championship. Of that 2023 Championship squad, the only ones that are starting today is, of course, George Ott was a part of that squad. I believe he started that grand final. Ito Towns also came off the bench. It's been a long, long time since that great team, of course, the all-time most goals scored in NPL Victoria history it was under Zoran Markovsky. What a great team that was, Arthur. And they've since had a formation change, both in approach, but I think the more pertinent one is a coaching change in Jonathan Tamano.
That side was absolutely brilliant. And let's face it, they have had a good side for quite a while. And I just had a look at that replay. Really, Wellsmore should have done better with that. And he's given it away again. All of a sudden, chance for the Magic to try and get an equaliser. free kick given there to Trachevsky.
Of course, forgot about Trachevsky, one of the very few players that started that game who are currently involved with Avondale. Of course, he started alongside, it was Joey Katavian and George Mells. Of course, Xander Guy, who's now at Dandong City. And Goran Lozanovsky is incensed here.
Absolutely.
Oh, hang on here. He's gone into his back pocket and has awarded Goran Lozanovsky the red card. I heard what was said. I won't repeat it on air, but he is off. Lozanovsky's on the pitch now, and he's been given his marching orders. This is absolutely crazy. What is going on here, Arthur?
I'll tell you what.
Oh, Lozanovsky's still going on here at Yanni Zizis. And Matthew Reid and John Mabok are having to hold him back. This is outrageous. Even Fornaroli is trying to calm him down. Lozanovsky is still absolutely barking at Yanni Zizis.
That's not like Lozanovsky really at all. He was incensed by something, but was it something that was said? I'm not too sure. He's pointing a finger. And I'll tell you what, there's going to be a lot more said about that. And that's something that Altona Magic didn't need. And, all of a sudden,
that is, I'm so perplexed.
yeah,
I am absolutely astonished. I cannot believe that. I've never seen anything like that. Which is something that I often get to say in this great league of the NPL Victoria. Of course, 7-0 win for Melbourne City last night. I don't think I would have expected that either.
well, maybe just the referee did not want to hear continually, because he was copping some sort of abuse. What it was, I'm not really too sure, but ultimately came back with the red card, and in the end, Goran Lozanovsky's off. A long throw. Chance now, cleared away. Trachevsky to give the ball to Wellsmore. Throw in again, and they'll try again for this long throw. Max Green to try and whip the ball in again. He doesn't need to do that. He's got Fornaroli, receives it back. Trying to find gaps, back to Fornaroli. Trachevsky, ball played all the way back. And now on the other side of the ground, Neil.
Izzo Towns out to Jakupi. There's time and space to cross. Oh, it's a great move from Jakupi. The veteran from right back as Fornaroli heads it in. It was a tame effort. Casey Wentz able to launch that long into the feet of Mabok on halfway. It's well done by Matt Reid. Plays it into the feet of Trachevsky, and Sutomo with a speculative effort. And here is Trachevsky. Oh, it's a fantastic ball into the feet of George Otts. Looking to weave past Garangaroo across the byline, wins the corner. In fact, he did it. Fantastic work from Garangaroo.
There's a good run there by Ott, but some great defending there also.
Yeah. Garangaroo has been the standout of this Altona Magic side. Made his debut for the Magic against the Brisbane Roar in February 2025. Has returned back to the NPL Victoria.
He's very mobile, isn't he? He's quite a mobile defender. Chance to again find a way forward for The Magic, can they get the ball? Some great defending there by Flotman. And now Green, he's running a bit wide. Chance for him again. Cutting the ball across, and the corner given. Dangerous times again for the Magic, and they can ill afford to concede a third here before half time. 42 and a half gone here. And Krzyzewski looking at whipping the ball in for the up-teens corner for Avondale. Good curling ball. The shot charged down just wide. Neil almost a third.
Well, that is prime Yitte Town striking range. Just didn't quite get all of it, but Arthur, as Avondale went 2 goals up, I thought, well, this game might be a surety. But what we've witnessed in the last 10 minutes or so, I am so confused, and equally, it's a tantalising proposition for the Magic, who really have got so much to prove in this second half. I think Devon Bond is going to take the rest of this game. He's the one who's going to step in as the, I suppose, caretaker or interim head coach by way of suspension. But Max Green has got plenty of space down his left-hand side, driving into the area, across the face. Oh, Gus gets there in time. Here's Killart now. Has a challenge to chase. Ollie Killart. He's got space out wide, but it's all the way into the feet of Jakupi. Now Jack Gibson. Force it wide. Trajewski is waiting there. Very deep. But plenty of space for Bruno Fornaroli, who's bearing down, cuts one way, still ongoing. Ott with a bit of trickery, calls for a handball, waved away. And Avondale seemed to be quite upset with that. Nonetheless, laterally to Patrick Flotman. Was involved in the Young Socceroos. 3 Young Socceroos caps. In that cohort was many others, including the likes of current NPL Victoria players, Daniel Alessi. Of course, his teammate in George Mells. Jakupi across the face. Green was there, it was a deft touch and manages to keep it in play. This former Gungalan and Canberra Croatia man. Wellsmore on the edge of the area. Trajewski. 1-2 with Fornaroli. Trajewski out to Jakupi. Lofted in ball. And we'll see 2 minutes of added time as they win themselves the throw.
Trajewski's really getting into the game now, Neil, and I'm thinking that the more he gets into this game, the more he can take this game out of the reach of the Magic. He's looking very, very good. And as is Max Green, he's tearing it up on this left-hand side at the moment. And he's certainly found an extra gear. And a big throw again. And Flotman's gone in. He's headed it. Just a little over the bar.
Well, the talking points from this first half, I don't think will be the wonderful free kick from Fornaroli, nor a really tidy finish from Mabok. It will be the red card to Goran Lozanovski, which brought upon, I would say, unsavoury scenes here at the Reggio Calabria club. But the Magic are certainly in this one, Arthur. We'll see as to how it may transpire in the next 45, but still a minute or so for stoppage time.
Certainly, Avondale have gotten back into the controlling the game, even though they're only a goal to the good. But certainly, the Magic have quietened down ever since that sending off of their coach.
We'll see as to how they can compose themselves with being put in such a unfortunate position. Here's Casey Went. Valentini just got there in time. He needs to be very careful as well. We could have a second sending off if he's not too careful. I don't believe he's actually been sent off in the NPL Victoria. Has Stefan Valentini.
We don't want to see another send-off, that's for sure.
That is to be certain. Casey Wentz goes long. The advent of Killer. It's a very nice first touch. The ex-City man. It's Owen McCloskey. Had some dip on it. As Brian Sutamo will play it back. Yanni Ziz is not blowing his whistle just yet.
Now, Vent's distribution has been immaculate the last 3 or 4 goes. He's fixed the issue that he had earlier.
Well, you would know, Arthur. You were a great keeper in your time.
Look, in all honesty, there's no way I can distribute like he can. And in my time, we weren't really that kind of keeper. But he certainly can ping a ball. Maybe just positioning and maybe just delaying it a little bit too much has caused the issues that he's had. I mean, let's face it, Jack Gibson's had similar issues. But now, look, as I said, what's he done? He's called everyone forward and he's taking a goal kick. Because they don't want to see any issues before half-time. And it's been called here, half-time, at Avenger Park, where the home side is 2 goals to 1 up against the Magic. But as you said, Neil, we've had a lot of dramas throughout this half, and it's been quite an exciting game. Peculiar at that.
Half-time here at Avenger Park. Goals from Bruno Fornaroli and Max Green have put Avondale up, with Mabok replying swiftly. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half.
Which one's the coach? This guy here? Where was he from?
Back for this second half here at Avenger Park. It was certainly entertainment fueled with an opening goal just on 5 minutes from Bruno Fornaroli, following Max Green, who doubled the score, and John Mabok, who then swiftly got one back for the Magic, following a red card to Goran Lozanovsky. Devon Bond is your stand-in head coach. And of course, we don't know too much about him, but we'll certainly endeavour to bring you more about his background in the next few moments. Of course, senior assistant head coach is very much involved with the Magic and has been in recent weeks. Spoken very highly about the development steps that he's taken, and of course, formerly played for the likes of Nunawading City as well, and alongside Richmond Soccer Club, now known as Greater Dandenong, as you know, formerly of Hume City, as well in the old Victorian Premier League.
Richmond has got nothing to do with Greater Dandenong, mate. I can tell you
I
that.
am just speaking on a technicality.
No. They are a completely different entity. I did play for Richmond.
Yeah?
In the original State League 2 back in the day. I had one season there, and it was phenomenal club to play for back then.
Were they Kevin Bartlett reserve?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
some great people, great teammates.
That's good to know.
It's pretty sad that they're not around, because really they'd been around for quite a while.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Here is Jakupi, looks to throw this one down the line. Magic certainly not down and out here at the Calabria club. Their last win, and their only win against Avondale, came in 2024 in July with a goal from Daniel Fabrizio. Of course, he's unavailable for this afternoon. Here is Owen McCloskey. Nice bit of play for the Magic now as they look to send one long again.
You've got to show a little more endeavour here, the Magic, because if Avondale take control of this game, it could become ugly.
Yeah, lights out stuff.
As they go forward now, trying to show some promise here, but again cleared away. And look at the great work by Fornaroli, scrapping and swinging his body around to try and get control of this ball from some good defending by Garang Aruk. And Goost couldn't hold it in play. Reed gives the ball to Jakupi. Green, still Green. He's tried to get the ball to Trachevsky. And again, the loose ball could have been a lot better there. And all of a sudden, the Magic go forward. Kilaral. And a chance now. That man again, Mabuk. Ball cut in, and not the greatest of balls there, Neil. It should have been better.
Yeah, had to be from John Mabok. He's got himself in some really good positions this afternoon, obviously, by virtue of the goal. And I think him and Keller just have to link up a bit better. Also, we'll touch on Oli Keller's career. Formerly of Orihuela in Spain, spent time at Keflavik, Proto Vogum, and Hauka in Iceland, and primarily the second tier. 19 caps for Sri Lanka. He's, of course, among many players who... Oh, that is quite indiscretionary from Patrick Flotman. He really wanted the ball there and has given away a foul.
Great distribution there by Daisy Venn. 40-yard ball, ping point. into danger territory. Kawaguchi to get over the ball. Hopefully he's okay with his issue with his hand earlier on. Can the Magic try and get an equaliser here? Sordo's over the ball also. Oguchi putting the arm up. Dangerous. Curling ball deep. Easily mopped away there to safety. Look at the endeavour by Fornaroli to try and get that ball. It's amazing.
He is just...
And here he is, almost getting it.
Hey, he's just that. That's a really nice pass from Gust, the ex-Victory youngster. Katsopoulos has time and space, but decides to go on a bit of a journey and faces it now to Eamon Sordo, formerly of spent some time in the US college system prior to moving to Sunshine. Lawton, great strike, even better save, and Sordo with the follow-up, and Avondale just about spare their blushes. Jack Gibson brought into action.
Probably the best save of the game.
Yep.
Great stuff by Jack Gibson there.
What does the ex-goalkeeper think about that reflex
Fantastic
save?
reflexes. That was a certain goal, and he really moved his feet well and got down very quickly, especially for a big man like him. Very impressive.
Absolutely.
We've got to give him credentials when he deserves them.
Yeah, it took the path that not many take from NPL New South Wales to NPL Victoria. Spent last year at Sydney Olympic. The corner now for the Magic through Kawaguchi, driven in low. Although the chance certainly hasn't gone away just yet. Here's Brian Sutamo. Now Casey went. Nearly on halfway is the Queenslander. It's a very nice pass into feet for the Magic as Went is out of position, and Fornaroli has just mistimed his footing, but allows advent in time and space for Christian Trycheski, who drives left and can't fashion in a ball worth exactly talking about. Here is Peter Hatsopoulos.
That was a chance gone begging, don't
you
think?
Have to bury them, Arthur. You have to bury them 2-1 up.
And that's, you can see the frustration on Fornaroli's face there. He knew what was there for the taking, and in the end, wasted opportunity.
Well, that has certainly been very kind as the Magic look to venture down that right-hand channel yet again.
And some warming up from a couple of the Avondale players there.
Yeah.
Saw a bit of communication there with the coaching staff.
Yeah, there's plenty of firepower on the bench despite their injury troubles. Satan Morai is the one that stands out like a sore thumb. It's a poor giveaway again from Avondale as Hatsopoulos looks to fire one and wins the corner for the Altona Magic.
Gibson again gives the ball away, but made up for his haphazard clearance with a fine right-hand save. Jack Gibson making two crucial saves for Avondale.
And now the cross from the corner. They go short to Altona. Gus Sordo. Another one for the Magic. And it might be Eamon Sordo again, formerly of the Thundering Herd and the NCAA. 5 goals in 8 games for Eamon Sordo, one of the few Altona imports as it's swung towards the back post. And it'll be left out for a goal kick for Avondale.
Trying to play the ball out of back again, and this time they get away with it. It just looks a little too manifested.
Valentini.
Ultimately, you know, like I can't understand it. It's not working for them. Don't do it, son.
Valentini had the ball between his legs and just wanted to try and play with it. Oh, he's actually in a bit of a heap here, and I think Christian Trajewski has signalled for him to potentially come off, that being Stefan Valentini. And the physio is now coming on for some treatment, and I think we might see Avondale's first change of the afternoon.
Looks like he's struggling a little bit, isn't he?
Yes, they do have plenty of players on the bench. We haven't seen much of Leon Alizart this season in the Senol NPL Men's Victoria. Primarily played in the under-23s competition.
Bit of youth magic.
Potentially.
Chance now, and that's a free kick, yeah. Clumsy challenge. And I think you'd have to say that Brandon Lawton is a very lucky man that he hasn't gotten a yellow card in this game, because some of the clumsy challenges have been quite obvious. Chance now to go forward. Krzyzewski does well. Deep ball. Not too far though. Great defending, clear and way. Reed's chasing back. Chance now for the Magic. Mabox trying to find a way through. And the corner given. Some good defending there by Flockman. And almost there, Neil. An opening there. They're really trying and pushing and prodding to try and get this equaliser.
They've certainly been the better of the two sides in these first 12 minutes of this second half. Now the opportunity will arise for the Magic. Sordo, left edge of the penalty area, lofted cross towards the back post. It was Owen McCloskey, and it will be another corner, but this time on the opposite side of the pitch.
Tell you what, there's a little more hope here for the visitors. They're playing a lot more direct. Really pushing Avondale defensively. Corner ball. A chance again. A curling ball, not the greatest delivery though. And a chance, it's one-on-one here. Could it be Trajewski? And he's still going. He's still going, Trajewski. Surely. And it's just whisked away from the line. What happened there, Neil? I tell you what.
I think it was a surety that they would have cleared it off the line, but I didn't expect there to be a miscommunication whereby I nearly crossed the whole of the goal line. But I have to give credit to Christian Trajewski. He is the technical standout in this Avondale side, and I just don't know as to how that managed to sit on the line, but didn't quite go in. But Avondale might have to respond by way of just putting this game well and truly to bed. But they haven't found...
It's almost like he didn't have enough energy to keep going.
Not at all, it seems.
He did take it from the defensive area of the ground all the way through, so that was great work by him.
See now Alexander Gust take this throw. And they will go long. It seems to be a tried and tested tactic in this division. Valentini bombs it long. Garangaru and Fornaroli set to be in a bit of a chase. Trajewski heads on for Yute Towns and leaves an avalanche of space for Stefan Valentini, approaching the right edge of the penalty area. Rolls it square for Neroli with a heavy touch. Very good touch by the Tasmanian Yitte Towns. And Peter Hatzopoulos sends that out of play.
Tasmanian.
Yes, started his career at South Hobart.
Like many people play for that sub.
Oh yeah, Andy Brennan, among others.
South Hobart, a fair bit of talent.
Oh yeah,
from that area.
Yeah, of course, that side did play in, as we know, the Australian Championship. Jacoupy keeps it in. And we'll play it into feet. Second ball won by Reed. Sutamo. Ball just bouncing and leaves time for Kawaguchi to play the attempted diagonal ball, but misdirected. Rolled square now to Yitte Towns. And Avondale just looking to reset, compose themselves on the ball and really dictate the tempo, which might set the tone for the next half an hour. Jacoupy. Casey Wendt does really well to compose himself.
Some solid keeping there. Captain Lawton trying to find a way through. Kawaguchi. It's a little bit better by him. Sordo didn't do well, but it's still there. Referees allowed play on. Can they find an opening here? Mabok! And not enough power in that shot. Should have done better. Easily mopped up by Gibson. Valentini. Towns. Back to Reed. Man there. Krajewski. He's certainly been fouled there. That was Green, actually. Looked like he was fouled anyway. Chance now for the Magic. They're really trying to prise open this defence here. And there's a way through. No. Quality of the ball.
Yeah, not quite good enough from, I think it was Peter Hatzopoulos. Really have to give a lot of credit to Peter Hatzopoulos. He is so incredibly young, and he's producing at a level that not many would have expected. He's still a teenager, to be honest, and of course scored a double against Melbourne Knights last year in the NPL Victoria. The sliding challenge goes the way of the away side and the Magic.
A little questionable there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's very difficult to judge these fouls, I would say. Here's Casey Wendt looking to send one high and long towards that left-hand side. In by Gust. The angle potentially arise for Eamon Sordo! Oh, that shot had plenty of venom and just stung the palms of Jack Gibson. Matthew Reed is down, though, and might need some attention.
Good handling in the end. That powerful shot for him to take basically the sting out of it. Some good work there by Gibson. Sort of very interesting at the moment. The game's balanced here. And the Magic are playing the better football this half, but you can see the gaps that are occurring because they're pushing so far forward, Neil, that if Avondale play their cards right and get them on the break, then they could be in a bit of trouble because they are playing with a three-man back line at times when they're going forward, and that exposes them when they do cop the counter-attack.
Yeah, it does really expose them. And I think as for Avondale, they just need to be as resolute as they can and secure yet another 3 points, which would be enormous for them on the balance of their campaign thus far. I think, though, they might go to their bench. Matthew Reid seems to be under plenty of duress here, so we might see the change. He's back up on his feet, but the question is, can he continue? I think he might continue, so he'll soldier on. Or might he not? We'll find out in just a few moments. They don't quite have that centre half depth that they used to, Avondale. Of course, Massimo D'Argenio is now a Melbourne Knights player. Jacob Muir out with injury. On-ball play forward now. Just managed to hit the head of Fornaroli. Ott is charging that one down on this right-hand side. Into feet is Valentini. Attempted the 1-2. Jakupi. And he was nearly out of position entirely. It was Dylan Jakupi. Amon Sordo. Last touch came off Valentini. Now we're having a chat with the match commissioner. I'm not sure if I've seen that one before. Here's Amon Sordo. Krajewski does win it back. Really good defensive work from the attacking midfielder. Won by Gust. Goes left. Sordo. Tricky feet from the Moroccan import. Lofts that one in. Away by Reid. Fornaroli comes deep to receive. And Gust with the acrobatic pass all the way towards Sordo. I think he was offside. I think he knew he was offside, so he didn't bother.
Worried about being offside there, and the linesman didn't look like he was going to put his flag up in the end. Throw in. "67 minutes gone here. 2-1 to the home side. We've had a pretty eventful game, that's for sure."
Second half.
Rolling. Valentini, he's got a bit of room in front of him. And trying to switch play, and he does that. Green. Ott trying to find a gap, and he couldn't. Sordo. Can certainly play. Searching ball. Good defending there by Wellsmore. What can he do now? Loses the ball. And now the Magic go forward. Mabok, and he's tucked in and not the right movement. Little wishful thinking there. Trying to weave through the gaps. Ball play to Reid. Reid's found opening here. Ott plays it to Krajewski. He's got Valentini there. Deep ball and a handball almost. It certainly looked like a handball to me. The chip over the bar. Just over. And claims for a handball. And that certainly looked like a handball to me. Neil, what's your thoughts there?
Have to have a look at the replay. I'm not quite sure, but nonetheless, another chance goes begging. And that was...
I'll tell you what, that was a handball every day of the week. And I'll tell you what, the Magic are living dangerously there. They're very lucky to get away with that one.
Most definitely, I would have to say. They're very, very lucky to be currently in this position. Plenty of defensive errors alongside Casey Went playing a dangerous game. That's a great ball towards Gust. Gibson is going to claim. And the cycle will continue. Of course, just only the one A-League men's appearance for Jack Gibson with the Wanderers prior to unfortunately tearing his ACL. And then a very successful stint with Sydney Olympic, which led him to be signed by Avondale. Killart, charged down by Green. Really great work from the Canberran, but eventually the Magic able to win it back. And again, that final ball they just haven't found all afternoon, Arthur.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of twists and turns in this game. Just when you think one team's doing better than the other, it's certainly been a spectacle. And in the end, there's been 2 chances by the Magic, which that man Jack Gibson saved. Quality saves at that.
Haven't seen a change this afternoon. Rather, you only get the first one in the 71st minute, but we'll see one now. Murphy Bennett set to come on for Avondale, for Matthew Reid. We've barely seen any of Murphy Bennett this season by way of senior NPL men's action.
Looks a little injured, I think.
Did start in that Doherty Cup game against Werribee City. Has a very, very intriguing story. Spent time with Manchester City's academy. And primarily spent his senior career with Forest Green Rovers. Made an appearance for Forest Green in the EFL Trophy. Most recently was with Warrington in the National League North, where he made 24 appearances last season. National League North is the 6th tier of English football. So big opportunity for young Murphy Bennett. Rarely that you see foreigners in this competition that are quite young. Murphy Bennett does fit that description at only 21. And there's a very, very big tussle here between Wellsmore and it seems as if Max Green and Yanni Zizes has some more decisions to make. It's certainly not been the easiest afternoon for him.
A bit of grappling, and certainly wouldn't be surprised if a card went out.
Yeah.
Certainly
I don't think it will be the...
Yeah, it's a yellow.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yes. Yellow card does come out.
Probably the right decision in the end.
So
can't get away with doing things like that in the game.
Yep, absolutely so. Murphy Bennett's also a Welsh youth international, as most recently played for Wales' under-19 side in 2022. Featured against in a 9-2 win against Gibraltar under-19s.
Gibraltar.
Yes, that is right.
The Rock of Gibraltar. Chance now. Not the greatest of balls. And now there's an opening here for the Magic. Chance here. Twisting, turning. Sordo. Still Sordo. Tell you what, that was almost comical the way that was lost there.
Yeah.
Mabok should have done better with that, Neil.
Oh, John Mabok. It was so tame. I don't understand why he didn't want to try and pick out one of the top corners. That would be the thing that you would most expect from that position. But it wasn't to be, really, for them at all. And we'll see now Jack Gibson looking to... Well, I guess the intention will be to either keep scores at 2-1 or try and usurp Altona in the way in which we expect as they give away the ball cheaply again. And I would have to say, on the balance of play, Altona are pretty hard done by to not at least have got themselves a second. Ayman Sordo has been, in my opinion, the standout, but you see the pressing nature from the Avengers continues from Fornaroli this time. Kawaguchi playing a dangerous game, and that's a poor giveaway. And an advent for Green, and a great stop by Casey Wentz.
And Vent really giving the ball there in the defence, and I've been a bit wary of some of the dangerous passes to the defenders, and they're getting closed down too quickly hence the loss of the ball. You know, the pressure these days from the forward line is making it very tough for defenders to clear the ball. Hence, you have to think that maybe the ball shouldn't be played in dangerous position.
Of course, Altona have been on the sort of the receiving end of some pretty harsh losses this campaign. And should probably be on the points there actually are. That is fantastic from Fornaroli, and of all men to make their way forward, it's Patrick Flotman who rolls it across to Trojczewski, and Avondale have their third.
And that was a foregone conclusion. What did I say earlier, Neil? They're going to get beaten up on the counter attack, and that's exactly what happened here. Fantastic work, and that goal by Trojczewski really summed up pretty much. He deserves that goal because he's basically been one of the best, if not the best, on ground.
I mean, that was just textbook Avondale. Really. Just unbelievable stuff. Patrick Flotman, centre half, turned attacking provider. And then the flick from Fornaroli, just really fantastic. The change now arrives for Altona. Peter Hatsopoulos will come off. On coming is Johnny Trojczewski, who you expect will likely take the captain's armband. This is the first time in which he's made an appearance since round 2 in that 3-1 loss to Oakley. And I think this might be a task too hard and too difficult for Altona to overcome. And they might look to further exert some pain upon the Altona Magic as we approach the 77th minute here at Adventure Park.
And that was, as you said, Neil, Flotman, some great work there. He really took it upon himself to pressure and go forward, and just rewards. And you could see that happening throughout this half. It was inevitable. It almost happened with Trojczewski going the whole length of the ground earlier. But this time, he had assistance, and the punishing ball that was given, Trojczewski making it 3-2. And now they have 13 minutes to hold on. And it just seems like all now Avondale have to do is play smart football. The Magic have had their chances. Thumping ball forward by Trojczewski. Ultimately, the ball will be in the hands of Jack Gibson, who I must say has done quite well today with his saving. Footwork-wise, not the greatest, but ultimately he's there to save the ball, and that he has done.
Another change. Peter Hatsopoulos now makes his way off. Oncoming is Eric Constantiniziou, formerly of Eastern Suburbs, Blacktown Spartans, Birkenhead. He arrives from Napier City with quite a good goal-scoring record at his former clubs. Altona might not be done here. Really just fantastic work from Yite Town. It's what we expect from the midfield general. Valentini, Constantiniziou. And now Johnny Trojczewski will launch one forward. Murphy Bennett. Now Gibson. Into feet. Here's Yite Towns. He needs to be very careful about giving it away, and he has done. And has just won it back. That is just what you expect from Yite Towns, who sends a task for Valentini across the face. And it's Kawaguchi who's able to get that out of harm's way. And I think Avondale have seen the score. Have seen the way that the game's flowing. And they've decided to look at their bench and make a triple change in a few moments. We'll bring you those players shortly as Konstantin is unable to find the requisite player available. Those three players to come on: Seita Murai, Leon Alizart, and Ayuk Mo. Killart.
Good to see the youngsters coming on.
Yes.
Great stuff. Great experience for them.
Absolutely so. And here is Mabok. They will ride the challenge. And in fact, it was actually Garangaru, my apologies. Trycheski.
He's got Valentini on the right here.
Valentini across the D. It's now with Trycheski looking for his second. Checks, moves, Towns for Neroli. Into feet is Otts for Neroli again. And might it fall for Valentini? He was offside. A triple change oncoming now. Leon Alizart, the ex-Western Sydney Wanderers player and Mauritian international. Seita Murai, the Japanese import, and Ayok Mo. Murai, formerly of FC Imbari, Tokyo Verdy, 3 appearances in J3. Offcoming will be Stefan Valentini for Ayok Mo, formerly of the Sydney FC Academy. 2 goals in the NPL New South Wales with the Central Coast Mariners. And of course, that man, Leon Alizart, will come on for Dylan Jakupi. I would expect many of these players to be playing midweek in the Doherty Cup. And offcoming now will be George Otts for Seita Murai. Good shift from the Kiwi.
Yeah, he has. He's done quite well, Ott. And Valentini, for that matter. Jakupi was not as fluent as I expected him to be. But the job has not been done yet. It's 3-1 with 8 minutes of normal time left on the clock. Tell you what, wasted ball and not very happy there, Sordo. He's let his anger known a couple of times when that loose ball hasn't gone to the place it should have. And Stojevski does well. Still in play. Sordo, he's done well, and good defending there by Wellsmore. Still there, Sordo. Cleared away. For Neroli, he's been held. And that surely is chance for them to go forward now. Krachevsky gets it back. There's a bit of a gap here. Ball into the box. Good ball at that. And some great work there by Mao. In the end, no one behind the ball there to put it away, Neil.
Yeah, Ayok Mao, just the 2 goals in the under-23s NPL competition. Looking for his first senior goal for Avondale. As Alizart is able to win the throw.
Do you think that, the problems that Magic had last year trying to avoid relegation are almost creeping back again this year?
Well, it's a near certainty that they'll be pushing for survival this season. The case is, can they do that? I think that they've got enough to stay up. It's just about controlling games and having enough time to do so. And look, today they looked as if they were quite good on the ball in many instances. But it's just about retaining that for the entirety of the contest.
Just those mistakes, I think, have really let them down in the end. And just as we speak, that game in... shot! What a save! What a brilliant save again by Gibson. A couple of players on the deck. And ultimately, Neil, the save of the game by Gibson.
Yeah, he kept them in it, to be honest. And, wow, just reflected in a really, really top draw save from Jack Gibson in that instance.
Really good ball. And that shot, there's a bit of problems here by Sordo. He's whether he's got a... Does he have a... He almost has a cramp, I think.
Yeah. I think, well, for his sake, we hope it's cramp, but...
And the youngster about to come on.
Yep, looks as if they're going to make a change. The Altona Magic.
Altona.
Yeah.
Number 14.
Joffrey Lino, of course, a well-travelled player in this... Oh, not just a state, but this competition.
Chance for Lino to try and show his magic.
Of course, formerly of Northcote City, Adelaide's youth sides, Murray United, who are back in the state leagues now. The corner comes in, and the header misdirected from Konstantin Ziu.
Lawton was trying to get a header on that ball. In the end, it didn't really go his way. But Jack Gibson, phenomenal save. Top draw stuff. And his goalkeeping coach, Michael Theoklitos.
There's not much better people to learn off, really.
Will be, or should I call him Michael Theo now because he's changed his name? Doesn't matter. He'd be very happy with that save. Great stuff.
Yeah,
The Magic is still toiling away here. You can get a goal here. Could put the cat amongst the pigeons. Chance. Pushing, and deep ball. And all the way out for a goal kick. (3-1) here. Goal scorers Trachevsky, Green.
Altona, Fornaroli.
Yes. First goal by Fornaroli, that free kick.
Yeah, really set the tone for this afternoon.
As we said earlier, Mabok, the goal for the Magic. Free kick to Goost.
Gus goes to ground, awarded the foul.
Chance to try and penetrate this goal that Jack Gibson has held well. He's going to come up and get that ball, and he does so with great ease. Throw out to Green. Chance now, Fornaroli. He's got Trachevsky, and the ball just missing Trachevsky. Great. You just think he's done so much, Trachevsky. He's run out of gas. You could see it. I'm amazed that they've kept him on.
He is just such a luxury to have, Christian Trachevsky. And he's only getting better as the years go by, really.
Quite amazed that an A-League club hasn't picked this kid up.
Well, yeah, I have to agree. I mean, this side has been very much a team in which has unearthed plenty of current and potentially future A-League men's players coming to mind and coming to the forefront. be Luca Tevere,
He
who's...
reminds me a little bit of my old mate, Peter Tselakis. Very much so. He's busy on the ball, great shot on him, always looking to bring his teammates in play. Very much like good old Gus.
Great Peter Tselakis.
Yeah, just I remember seeing a video the other day of an old appearance from that Magic team of 91, I think it was, and just absolutely phenomenal player. Everyone, when you look at him, you think, how can this boy play? But damn, could he play.
5 minutes of stoppage time thanks to the electronic substitution board. Of course, every team in the Senol NPL Men's Victoria and NPL Women's Victoria will have an electronic substitution board, which is great. Due to Victoria's commercial partners.
It's been a quite eventful game, no doubt.
Oh, yeah. Well,
luckily the rain stayed away.
That's right. It's less overcast than it was upon initial thought, but yeah, it's been a bit of great afternoon of football, and brings to end what has been very action-packed round 12. Of course, tonight Hume City will take on Caroline Springs George Cross in a game in which will provide plenty of entertainment as well. Can Altona put this one in a very intriguing situation for Avondale? Getting a late one here would certainly set the cack amongst the pigeons.
That game that's on later, as you said, George Cross really need to try and get back to winning ways, or try and stop the slide at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Eric Vassiliadis is going to do everything he can to try and bring his troops back in line. A chance now for
I think it'll be Kawaguchi.
Kawaguchi. I think he's going to knock the ball in. Yes, he is. Deep ball, and that was a peach there for the goalkeeper Gibson. And a chance now. Look at the break here. It's 5 on 4. The ball still there. Surely! Yes! And Fornaroli has got his second, and it's all over for the Magic, if it wasn't already, Simon. Or should I say, Fornaroli scored the goal. And Neil, all I can say is it's just an absolute masterclass in breakaway football.
Yes, I think you put it aptly well. Bruno Fornaroli putting a cherry on the cake to what has been a very comfortable victory for Avondale this afternoon, as Paolo Gottoli is going to make his way onto the park for Max Green, one of the goal scorers this afternoon.
Meow did well with that ball again.
Yeah, really good work from the youngster.
Very impressed with him early on here.
Hopefully for his sake he can get some meaningful minutes against Brunswick City in the New Balance Doherty Cup as he's switching wings, and we'll see as to how these next few minutes will bring into focus what will be remembered as a display from Avondale's best. Here's Ayok Mo now on the opposite side. Oh, it's spilled by Wendt, and Murai has an empty net to fire it home. Seita Murai, the Japanese import, delivers for the Avengers, and this is turning in to a drubbing of all sorts.
And the difference here is Gibson's had made some 3 phenomenal saves on that other side of the ground, and not to say that the situation is always been the fault of the keepers, but ultimately Wendt would have wanted that to happen again, because he didn't get it cleanly away. And like you said, some great work there to get that ball into the back of the net. And it's all over here, Neil.
Well, an Avondale second half blitz has led them into third place in the Senol NPLM Men's Victoria standings. A double from Fornaroli, one from Seita Murai, Max Green, and of course Christian Trycheski has put themselves in a really great position heading into round 13. Well, I've been Neil Simons. He's been Arthur Akratides. It's been a great afternoon of football.
Fantastic stuff, and it's great having you guys here watching the game and listening to us and watching us. It's a pleasure being here in the Senol League here for Victoria. And no doubt we will see you next week for round 13, where we have some great games coming up. And once again, thank you from both of us here at Avenger Park.